welcome back, fellow Scrubs. It's Mark D. Wiz, your host of the Game Dev Scrubs. Today we're working on Pocket Fighter EX. Pocket Fighter EX is a community-based game. It's not endorsed or sponsored or affiliated with Capcom or SNK. It's just a fan game by the fans for the fans. So, which you can get on Game Jolt, by the way, for free. No cost. Here, you know what? I'm gonna do a little link here. There's the link. That's the latest public build. So, hello from the chat. Hello, Giovanni. Welcome and welcome. Giovanni, are you leading Team Rocket? I know that's a bit. Anyway, so hey, I fixed my stick. Where I kind of had to do a weird make your own adaptation to get the joystick part working right. I actually got the parts in to fix that, so I'm really happy about that. Is VSync on? Oh, I'll say VSync didn't look like it was on. I was like, I'm not seeing the effects. I'm like invisible. Yeah, there we go. That's better. So I'm still rocking a square gate. Of course, this one's not handcrafted, so it's a little better. I ended up taking my octal gate and turning it into a square gate because it turned into a circle gate from being used too long. Anyways, I changed the switches in the joystick and they just weren't performing right. So I went to the professionals and I said, I went to Focus Attack. And I'm like, look, I bought this joystick fucking a million years ago, and all the switches are kind of screwed up, and I replaced them, and now it doesn't feel right. I don't know if I got the wrong ones, you know, the person I talked to said to get these ones, and they don't seem to be right, so they're like, hey, we got you covered. So they're like, just get these ones when they come back in stock. And I'm like, okay, cool. So ordered them, they came in today, and hallelujah, boy, do they feel good. So... shout outs to Focus Attack for always having me covered for all my stick needs. Actually, they didn't have an octal gate though, which was funny. They had a new square gate. So I did get that. No, it's not new. It's the old public demo. There's nothing. It's just I just provided the link for people who haven't seen it yet. The GGPO update's not out yet. God, no, I'm not out of the woods on that. Are you crazy? You would have known weeks in advance before that thing got released. Ah. Yeah, it's performing good though. I'm really happy with the... Oh. Yeah, a lot of people don't know that this is traditionally actually negative on hit. You're supposed to cancel it. I thought it was really weird. I never really thought about it, but you're always using it to cancel into like Shoryuken or Hadoken or something, right? That's the crouching heavy. It's actually negative on hit. Can you believe that? Ah, I screwed that up. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I know sometimes it's hard to see the progress, especially since most of my attention is on getting the GGPO stuff done, which you can't see. Like, it doesn't turn into a new character or a new animation or whatever. So I try to do what I can, you know, to still have those kinds of updates so I don't have to go radio silent for 6 months and everybody's like, what happened? Did you quit? Hey, I went 22 days without updating on Game Jolt, and someone posts, is this game still being worked on? And I'm like, it hasn't even been a month. You guys, I'm telling you. Oh yeah, right. Now this is not a character confirmed in the game. I just did this animation because they released a Shermie trailer and I thought the design looked good. So I actually did a little animation converting Shermie into her new outfit from KOF 15. I thought that was a really nice design. So if you haven't seen that yet, I posted it on Twitter a while When was that? Yeah, I made that the night the trailer came out. I posted it like 3 in the morning. So that was one of the quickest turnarounds I've had on that. And everybody on Twitter seemed to like it. It did pretty well. So I guess Shermie's pretty popular. And I think she looks good. I think the new design that she's got really feels like a modern take on like who she is. So I was really happy with how that came out, and everybody else seemed to be happy with it too, so can't complain, right? But again, not saying it's a character for the game, I just felt like doing the animation. But I thought I'd share it anyway. So, shit. Now, what did I do? What did I do over the week here? Honestly, I think I just worked on GGPO stuff. There might not actually be anything new here. Trying to think if I actually worked on anything else other than the Shermie sprites. Yeah, that might be it. So I did mostly GGPO work, which is kind of just stuff that you don't see, right? You know, when it works correctly, you don't notice I changed something, which is good. But I've been still working on the input code too. Just kind of chipping away on that, because it's all connected, it's all relative. But I had to redo how the buttons get configured and all that. It's boring stuff. That's why I don't do that stuff on stream. But anyway, so yeah, I'm happy my stick works better now. It feels good. I'm gonna have to play a couple fighting games this week to really try it out, right? And I'll decide if I want to actually keep SquareGate or not, now that I have a proper one in here. Oh, messed that up. Ooh. Ah. That's a tough one to get. That. You can just go right into Shoryuken if you want. And that's easier. But if you want the extra damage, then you can put the Crouching Fierce in there, but it's a much tighter window, so you gotta be really careful. Ah, too late. So, yeah, what are we doing today? That's a good question. I was thinking about working more on the new Versus screen. And then we can... let me put this aside. I love using the stick to play these games. It's just when I develop, it takes up so much space on my lap that I can't, I can't do anything with it sitting there. So typically, that's why I use the controller, the gamepad, to develop with. As a result, I've gotten pretty used to it. But especially like when I got all the stream equipment here and all that, it just gets really claustrophobic. Chat says, honestly, I find Unity to be easier than Unreal 4. Not surprised by that. That's probably a non-controversial opinion. Because I believe Unity uses C# and in Unreal 4 uses C++. That's correct, yeah. And C++ is harder to use than C#. Now it's more powerful, and you have more control over what you can do with it. But it's definitely harder. I mean, I've used both. I've used C++ for many, many, many years. And when I got to C#, I was like, oh, this is like easy mode. Okay, got it. You know, you take a performance hit, but you don't have to do several steps here and there. So how is the Versus string coming along? Okay, well, we'll take a look. Let's see. If I... Yeah, let me load it up. So Ryu can parry, and then I'll use the keyboard for player 2. It'll be Terry, Ryu, can. And here it is. I don't know if I actually did anything after the stream on that. Well, let me load the character select screen here. Unload the fight scene. Okay, here we are. And I'm going to say that it's going to load the versus screen first, and that the versus screen is not going to move on from its. It won't move on to the next screen. Oh yeah, so here's the other thing too, that I was thinking about, and I don't think I mentioned this on stream. I didn't think about it until after, I think. These icons up here. So I put the Hadoken one up here. Now that got mirrored here, because I think if it didn't get mirrored on the right side, so if you had this one and it looked like this, I don't think that would look right, right? Like, it just looks kind of strange. So I think it should be flipped when you do that. But if you ever have a letter or a specific icon of some sort, you got to make sure that it does not get flipped. So there's some icons that you will want to have flipped, and some icons you don't want to have flipped. And I didn't even think about that before until I flipped it, and I was like, oh, yeah, it flips. That makes sense. And I'm like, wait a minute, but what if it was like the letter F or something? You know, like some letter that's not symmetrical. Then you can't flip that. It'll look stupid. So, I definitely have to keep that in mind. For sure. Let's see. But the other thing I was gonna say is we might need to start offloading some of this information, like the name, into some kind of scriptable object. So a scriptable object is basically just like a data object, and then I can change the fields in the editor, and it makes it really nice and easy to use. But considering, I don't know, because we're gonna have to hook it up to an online service at some point, right? And I'm probably going to structure it so that there's some kind of an abstraction layer between the online and the information that comes through. And what that really means, all that means, is that there's kind of like a layer to interface with the game. So like, say, I'm trying to find a good example. Say if you have the game on PC and also on PS4, right? Well, the game itself has its own netcode, and that just works the way that it works. And then you need to sort of interface that with the PSN network or with Steam's online service. But you need sort of a middleman to manage that. So you've got like your username, right? The way that you get a username through the PSN is different than how you get it from like the Steam network. Like within the code, like they have completely different ways of obtaining just the username of the person, you know, and God knows what else, you know, other information that comes with that. You know, probably like purchase history and stuff, so you know what DLCs they have and all that kind of stuff. It gets pretty complicated. But the main idea is if you have a middleman that just, I don't know how to put this. If you got someone standing in the way between the game and like the PSN, then that middleman can ask PSN, hey, what's the name? And then it's just going to copy that into itself. And then the game can just ask the middleman, hey, what's the name? It doesn't need to know how to interact with the PSN or with the Steam network. It just asks the middleman, hey, what's the name of the character? Or the player. What's the player's name? And then we just copy that and do that. So I think adding a middleman right away is probably the better way to go here. And then you can just build a communication between PSN and the middleman, or the Steam network and the middleman. And then the game never has to worry about that. It just says, hey, what's the name? And it gets it, right? So when are you gonna add Dan? You know, I'll be honest, I don't hate Dan. I actually really like Dan. And I think joke characters are important. Now, obviously, within the first set of characters, I think Dan would be kind of... there's a lot of characters that would get added before Dan, you know what I mean? But I think he's definitely a possibility going forward. I think at some point, eventually, we want to add some joke characters. And I mean, Capcom's joke character is Dan, so... I think there's a decent chance that if the project continues to add characters, that Dan will eventually show up. I can say that much. It's not promising him, because who knows how many characters we'll get in before the project ends, but I think inevitably if we continue to add characters, Dan would probably get in. But who would SNK's joke character be? That's the real question. I mean, they treated Joe like a joke character in CVS 1. But I don't know if I really consider Joe to be a joke character. It's not that silly. Now, Yuri's kind of a joke character, because she's making fun of Ryu in the way that Dan makes fun of Ryo and Robert. But I don't know, she's kind of turned into her own fighter at the same time, so is she really a joke character now? It's kind of weird, right? But Dan's still definitely a joke character. Like, it's built into his gameplay, all the taunts and stuff. But like, no, I don't know. Does any character on SNK's side have that? That's weird. What do you guys think? Anyway, I'm pretty happy with the visual layout so far. So let's get a little data going on here, right? Let's see, do we have a network folder already? We do! How about that? I'll just make a new script. We'll call it user profile. Do I have to make a team of 3? No, you do not, actually. You can choose not to have a team of 3. However, that does handicap you. But you can play single mode. You can play single mode, and then you only select one character. It's a one-on-one, just like Street Fighter. And then the team of 3 is more a King of Fighters kind of mode. And when we get the online working, I'll allow, you know, both modes to be online, so that you can go and play. I'm gonna try to get it so that we'll have casuals and ranked for both one-on-one and the team of 3. Now, currently, if you select less than 3 characters in team of 3, they don't scale. So it's not like a ratio system. You just don't have as many characters. And I'm undecided on how I want to handle that, if I really want to have it that way, or maybe that you recover more health when you don't have as many team members. I'm not sure. Yeah, you'll 1v3. Yeah, right now it's kind of like styling on someone. If you pick one character, you're just flexing at that point. You're just saying, I don't need 3 characters to beat your team. I mean, like on paper, it would kind of make sense that if you pick one character that they're just stronger or recover more health, but I don't know. I'm not sure how I want to handle that. I never really thought of the game as like a ratio thing. And to be honest, I'm not sure I really like the ratio system so much in CVS. I know a lot of people like it, especially the people who played in arcades. I don't think had a choice, like they had to play with the ratio system intact. But when you get the home one, I always choose team of 3. I don't do the ratio. I just play it pure KOF. And hey, if you want to style on someone, go for it. Maybe user profile is not specific enough. Player? How about player profile? Player profile data? Just player profile. Let's do that. And then we can add like a name and stuff, and we can just have it automatically pop up. So first thing we want to create asset. Create asset menu? It's not coming up. Man, what is it called now? It might not be fully loaded, so it might not be giving me all the options. That's fine. So we called this what? Player profile? And player profile has to have a name. Oops, street. Yeah, I'm thinking that it'll have to be public so that I can change it. Because we can make multiple player profile objects. But the name will have to change. So you'll make like one profile for the local person, and that is like you, the player. So my Mark DeWiz name would show up in there. But then you want to make an object that's for the online account. And that'll have to get rewritten over and over and over. You probably have to have it for the lobby too, right? Yeah, best to make this as flexible as possible. And then public. We'll leave that one out for now. I was gonna say the icon, right? Yeah, screw it. Let's put it in. I'm gonna have to make this a little more complicated later, but that's fine. So I'm gonna call it custom icon. And okay. I gotta call it player name. Player name, custom icon. And let's see. Well, let's leave that uninitiated. Oh, hold on, gotta sneeze. Excuse me. Ugh. And so what'll happen, like this is the middleman right here, and what'll happen is whenever I hook up an online service to it, it's probably going to be GameJolt, because GameJolt has an online infrastructure. I think that's what I'm going to try first, and that's where the game is currently hosted. So here on GameJolt, like you have usernames, and they made like some kind of interface that you can log in and you can get the user information and all that. And so to go online, I think I'll probably do that. So you'll make an account here, and it kind of works like a Steam account, and then you log in during the game, and then that gives you access to like the matchmaking and all that. Like that's the plan. That's the plan. I want to run it through GameJolt if possible. I could make my own server and do all that, but if I don't have to do that, it'll save me a ton of time, right? How's the game coming along? Pretty good. Pretty good. As I say, we're in the middle of adding online play, so it's getting there. It's just a lot of work, but it's getting there. And I got Dairy Queen, right? Yeah, DQ, Dairy Queen. Got Dairy Queen coffee. I like McDonald's a little better. I mean, look, if I'm gonna make coffee to drink, I'm gonna make my own coffee, and it's gonna be 10 times better than what you're gonna get at the store. But you know, in a pinch, McDonald's coffee is not too bad. Dairy Queen's not quite there. Does it have CPU? Not currently, but it will. It'll have full arcade mode with stories for the characters, and it'll have a versus CPU and all that stuff. Don't worry about that. It's gonna have the full thing. Once the 1.0 version is out, the first full version, it'll have arcade mode, it'll have versus CPU, it'll have online versus and local versus. We're going all out. And we'll have 9 playable characters, and then we'll have a boss character. And if we can get all that done, then we move on to the next step. Add more characters, add more modes, add more crazy stuff, and go nuts. But we gotta get through the first part. Gotta get through all the basic stuff, right? What else You know, honestly, this might be good for now. We really don't have much data, and we don't know exactly how this is going to scale out anyway. And you are going to have a rank, but I don't know how to... I don't know how many ranks there are going to be, so I'm not sure how to put that data in. But, hey, there's create asset menu. Okay, it just had the load in. So file name is going to be new player profile, and menu name, we're going to put it in game network player profile. Another question. Do you think you might be at risk of Capcom or SNK knocking at your door? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've known that from the beginning. Capcom and SNK have the full legal right to come down and say, hey, we don't want you to make this anymore, and that's it. And at that point, you just have to say, okay, you know, we won't make it anymore. And they're fully within their legal rights, and that's their thing, because Street Fighter and King of Fighters and all that, that's their property, you know, as their individual companies. And they have full say on what you can and can't do with that. Now, historically, Capcom and SNK have been very generous with that. And even Capcom endorsing fan projects. So like Mega Man Cross Street Fighter was a fan project, and they actually took that and uploaded it on their site. Capcom actually uploaded it on their site for everybody to have. Now, I'm not expecting that to happen here, not by any measure, but historically they've been pretty relaxed about it. As long as you don't try to sell it, they've been pretty cool with it. So if it happens one day, Capcom comes knocking, SNK comes knocking, fair enough. I knew the risk going in, and that's fine. And we'll just have to, you know, close up shop, and that's it. But as long as they don't care, then we'll keep on trucking. I think, you know, Konami gets a lot of flack too, but they're also pretty lenient on fan projects. I think that Konami and Capcom and SNK know that the more fan art and videos and fan games that are out there, it just kind of helps them overall. Like, it bolsters them, it spreads their brand and their awareness. And I think that's their angle. They're just kind of like, hey, look, they're just basically spreading word about us. As long as they're not making money off of it, as long as they're not doing anything bad, you know, with it, then it's pretty much all gain for them. I mean, let's be real, a fan game's not going to... You make like a Mega Man fan game, it's not going to slow sales of Mega Man. You're not competing with actual Mega Man games. If anything, it's just going to take someone who never saw Mega Man before, get them introduced to Mega Man, and then they'll be like, oh, Capcom owns Mega Man, and they made a new Mega Man 11, I'm going to go buy it. And that's pretty much how that works. I say, another chat question. Most do overall rank and character rank, but I don't know how that would work. I also like just having win-loss numbers. That's a very good question. We've talked a little bit about this before on stream, and this is an open-ended question if anybody wants to jump in. How do you define a character rank for a team game? How would you say, like, how would you do that? Because you have several questions there, right? You have the issue of you're not using a single character. Now, in single character mode, of course, it's cut and dry, whatever. You can easily chart how many wins and how many losses with that character. But in a team game, it's a little different. So, do you track all three characters? Okay, you could do that, but what about certain combination of characters? Like, having certain teams, right? You would have certain team compositions depending on the opponent that you're going to face. And so do you use that specific team composition in that in that specific order? Like, is it like they're ranked 34th in using the team Terry, Ken, and Ryu in that order? Is that how it works? What if, or do you give each individual character a rank so that when Ken's on their team, the team value is really high? You know, like that's, you know, whenever they put Ken in their team, they're really good at using Ken, so you bump up like a rate per character. But what if you're so good with your team, let's say you do team Ken, Ryu, and Terry, you're so good with your team you never get to use Terry, and you have Ken and Ryu are leveling up or getting points or whatever, and you never actually get to use Terry that much because he's your third character, right? Naturally, the third character is not going to see as much action as the first character and the second character. So would that cause your rank with Terry to suffer? Would he, or would you just kind of award the win to Terry even if you never use Terry? It's kind of weird, right? You know, it's get really complicated. How would you do that? So, I mean, at the very least, the easy answer is everybody just has a rank based on their player. But then you get into the problem of, like, say in Street Fighter, you're the #1 Ed player. You know, God knows why you would ever play Ed, but hey, you know, yeah, different folks, different strokes. I'm kidding. But say, yeah, you're like the #1 Chun player or something. And then all of a sudden, Rose comes out. And then you're like, oh, I'm going to play Rose. But you just started with Rose, you know, you're not good with Rose yet. So, like, how do you know, if it's your player rank, let's say you're like the 30th best player in the world, and then you pull out Rose and you start on this giant lose streak because you're playing ranked and you're getting matched up with people, you know, playing their mains. It's a little weird, right? It doesn't quite work out. And so that kind of gives you the same issue here of, you know, okay, we could just easily say a player has a rank, but then how would you rank? Would you just ignore the ranking of the teams? Well, what if you're trying a new team out and you're not doing good with it and you're getting ranked with like killers who are using their mains? Like, it's a little weird, right? It gets really complicated. And I don't know what the answer is. I really don't. I haven't like sat down and thought about it for like hours and hours, but there's no obvious answer that I can think of. I don't know. It would have to be some sort of amalgamation of how well you do with each character and where their positions are on the team and something. It would have to be quite a calculation to attempt to address that problem. And I just don't know what it's going to be. I really don't. Which is a shame. It would be really nice if there was an easy answer for that. Okay, we're gonna make a folder called Player Profiles, and I'm actually just gonna move that script up into there. And I'm just gonna put a scripts folder here so we can keep these separate. And then what I'm going to do is add a profiles folder. Hey Wendy, what's up? I'm doing alright, how about you? Okay, so when we did this create asset menu, it was for here. Go to create, and now there should be a network folder here somewhere. If it worked. Oh, I'm sorry, game, and then network. Player profile. So, local player. And game, network, player profile, online opponent. So local player, my name is Mark D. Wiz, and my online opponent is gonna be oh, I'm fighting Daigo, look at that. Top ranked. Let's see. And so I'm gonna use the custom icon test image here for my profile picture, and because I don't have any other one, gonna have to do the same. Daigo's got Mega Man X2, right? And we're working on player profiles and the versus screen and that kind of stuff. Yeah, so what I want to do here then is, now that we have these data objects, we can just use these to do, well, let me turn this on. We can use these to like edit these objects, right? Here's player profile. Now, there's no script on here. What do we want to call this? Versus screen player profile? Where are these things? Versus player profile tab controller. Let's do that. Daigo Buster, yeah. So basically, we'll just have a public player profile. And then whenever we change that, we're going to reload all the information. So I'm going to say header data and header visual elements. So using TM Pro, yeah, Text Mesh Pro. Text Mesh Pro. This is going to be for the actual name readout. Player name, and then public sprite renderer custom icon renderer. And so I'll have to set these. In the editor. Actually, you know what? I'll make those a tooltip. So you can make little hints for yourself. You come back to this 6 months later and you don't know what this thing is for, you can leave a little note for yourself. So set with player name TM Pro object or component. And then set with player custom icon sprite renderer. Okay, so then on validate, if the player profile is actually a valid object, and you can just do if and then the name of it. Which actually some Unity devs don't know this, but any kind of Unity object, you just do if and then the object, it'll let you know. It'll return false if it's not valid and you don't want to use it. It's a very nice shorthand, and it also takes into consideration how Unity thinks about the object. So it may not actually be null. You can have an object that's technically destroyed, but it's not null. And then so you could attempt to use something that Unity has already discarded the data, and it gets all crazy and freaked out about it. So you always want to do this check before you interact with any Unity objects. So then we'll say if player name, and again, this is also a Unity object, so we check to see if this thing even exists first. What coding template are you using? Oh, you mean for like the colors and stuff? Oh geez, what is this? I downloaded it on a whim and I was like, oh, it's really cool, right? Let's see, what is it called now? Color highlight? It might be this one. Might be this one. Highlight web colors in your editor. Oh, maybe not. Oh geez. Formatting toggle? I don't know. How do I tell which ones are active? That's installed, but it doesn't mean that it's like active, right? Man, I'm not sure. Indent rainbow makes indentation easier to read. Maybe that might be it. Maybe? I don't know. Shader language project. To do highlighter. Honestly, I think I got one that like installed multiple things. Yeah, I don't think it's just one, because the to do highlighter, if I do if I just do the word to do, it highlights that, and that's part of it. Is it not the prettier one? Where's prettier? I didn't see it. Because I think that's part of it. I think that came with it. And then, oh yeah, it might be this one too. But I think the indent rainbow is what you see here. Where like different, like these brackets are pink and these brackets are blue. And if I do these brackets, then they're yellow. I think that's the indent rainbow. I think there are multiple things came with this package. But you're probably right, it's probably the prettier code formatter. Oh, I don't use like a fighting game template. No, I code all my things from scratch. No, I don't. I started this as a challenge for myself to kind of do it all from scratch. So I don't use like just some kind of Unity fighting template thing out there. I don't use that. Yeah, it's all from scratch. Yeah, if that's what you meant. So we could say here, player profile dot player name, set the text, and then if custom icon renderer, then custom icon renderer dot sprite was player profile dot custom icon. Like that's all there really is to it. And if these exist, cool, and if they don't, then it's not going to do anything. The highlight template. Well, now when you say template, I'm not sure what you mean. But there's like code formatting templates. That's what this is. It's how I get all the colors here. I don't know if there's anything about highlighting that's any different. Like in Visual Studio Code, if you just kind of click on one of these, it'll highlight the value or the variable name wherever it is. Like you can do that. Or you can just do like name, and then it'll pick out every name. And that's cool. Yeah, well, the colors and stuff here is just formatting. Typically code formatting is what they call it. See, code formatter. Yeah, and that's what creates all the different colors. Now, like the colors don't like impact your coding. Like it doesn't matter what color it is; it matters what you type. But it's just an easier way to view the code and to kind of, you know, when you're looking through and you see like the different colors here, you can pick out the values easier from the function names and all that stuff. Just accelerates your ability to code. But yeah, let's see how this works, or if this works. Player profile tab, and we're going to add custom icon here and link the player name here. And if we now, let's see which one is this one. if we change the online component, see how it says Daigo now? And now it says Mark DWiz. I mean, it's backwards, but you get the idea. You know what? Actually, if it's none, what I'd like to do is we'll set this to nothing. There. And it should erase the, yeah. If I do that, yep, see? And then now there's Daigo, me, and nothing. And that's probably the best way to handle that. So I'm going to tell it to save that. And we'll have it on both sides. So I can say that I'm on one side and Daigo's on the other. Right? So if I play, look at that. Now we got different information. Isn't that neat? All right. Let's save that. We need a way to automatically load these into the game. You know what, I'm gonna get a different, let's get a different icon. Menu, player profile, player icons. Here, I was doing a whole bunch of different little icons here. I think I actually recolored a couple of these. Let's say, I don't know. What one do I want? Just to test with. Yeah, I'll get the prisoner. Prisoner guy, right? Big ol' thumbs up. That'll be my icon. How about that? Let's do a ping. Test player icon prisoner. Copy that. Well, we don't need to read the copy. We can just drag and drop. We'll drag and drop into here. And where's the other one? What were our settings here? We did center, right? Yeah. Full Rex, center, no physics, no filter, no pressure. And so I'll go to my player profile. And I'll say prisoner. There. Actually, it might not have refreshed because I didn't actually change the. Oh, it did. There it is. It did refresh. How about that? So now I got the prisoner icon, and Daigo's got the Mega Man X. That's probably a little more fitting, right? The scrub versus the master. So obviously we want to add rank into this. I just don't know how the rank is going to work. So it might have like a certain amount of player points, something like that. And that might equate to different ranks automatically. Well, let's see. Could we add player points here? Let's add... That's what this space is really supposed to be for. It's supposed to be for your player points. So let's see. Let's add another field. The player points. And it's going to be a text field because we're going to have commas and stuff like that. So it won't be just like a number thing. We got to format it, make it look fancy. Because if you've got like, 130,000 points, you want to have that comma in there to make it easy to read. And you could boil it down to like, 130K or 130M for like million, but I don't know. Then you'd probably have to use decimals anyway. So we want to, honestly, we can just duplicate the player name here. Let's say player points. 99999. And what we want to do here is to lower the Y position. That is underneath. And we want to change the width. Oh, this is kind of a pain, isn't it? I guess that's about right. It's got to be up a little bit. Height of 1, width of 3.8. That's probably about right. Yeah, right? Good music. Street Fighter EX night today. I don't know, we want to put like a P at the end of it for points? Or... You can have a little icon too that represents points. Yeah, I mean, I guess the max you could get here is just 900 or 9. Well, I don't know. Did you get like a 1 here? No, it's too small. The most you can really have is then 999,999. Could maybe put a rank here instead of points. I don't know. There's not a lot of space to work with, Your rank icon, your group rank, would be here, like your gold, your bronze, or whatever. But you would want to also see the amount of points that they've collected. I guess that kind of comes up to what kind of math you've got going on. Well, let's see how it looks anyway. Player points. Apply all those. Now it's gonna have my name on both sides now, but that's okay. Oh, it didn't refresh yet, but it will. No, it didn't refresh. That's funny. Revert all? Oh, there we go. There it goes. Yeah, okay. We want to add now on the profile public integer rank number, rank points. And what we can do here is, now that we have a player points, we can do an if player points that set text. And let's see, if we do player profile that rank, no, points, no, rank points, yeah. Did not pick it up. Yes, yes. Happy? Not happy. Why not happy? Not contain a definition for rank points. Clear profile. I mean, it's right here, so what's wrong? Why doesn't it like it? No definition. Alright, let's see if Unity agrees with that error or not. Sometimes Visual Studio Code gets weird. No, it actually doesn't think that it exists. Oh, it's getting all unhappy about everything now. What's going on? Already contains a definition for player profile. What? Oh, you know what? I know what happened. I know what happened. Yeah, it created another file with the same name. Because I moved it while it was open in here. So when I edited it, it created a file where the old one was. Here we go. Okay, now we're good. Now we're good. Now we need, it's a different error. We need to convert from integer to string. So we say toString, and we can, let's see, how do we get commas? I think we can just do this. I think we could just do this, and it will format it how we want it. So we can do that. We can make it a little fancier too. So we include that value. And we can add a P, like points. Did we have an error? What happened? Oh, yeah, these got screwed up. Missing script. That's fine. It's because I made that double copy of the file and they got all unhappy about it. That's alright. We can just remake these real quick. Network player profile. Local player. Mark D. Prisoner. And I've got 20 rank points. I only got a few. If we go make the online opponent, we've got, it's Daigo. This is Daigo the Beast. Custom icon here, and then he's got 9,999 rank points. He's the king of the game. He's absolutely smashing it. Okay, now let's reset these. Local player and online opponent. Okay, I see what it did now. That's what the format does. And his, of course, is backwards, but that's expected. Okay, so that's what that format did. It actually forces the zeros to show up, right? Oh, his is not, it's all flipped around. What did we do now in here? We flipped some stuff around. If we detected a certain thing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to link these two. So this player profile script, I can just link that into this other one. So I can go here. And instead of having all this stuff, I can say public and player profile. Oh, object? Yeah, just player profile. I can close this. and start replacing a couple things here. Player name. Yeah, let's do that. Now we can just do this, and then this one will be custom icon. Place all those instructions. It'll be all linked to that. And so the other one here, we want player points. We'll flip those two. Okay. How's it going tonight? Pretty good. How about you? We're implementing like player information, like putting profiles in, getting a little custom icons, little player points, all that kind of good stuff. So here, just do that. This one will do that. That should solve that problem. Now I'll probably offload that code to the player profile thing. Hey, look at that. See, now it's all good. Oh. Yeah. So we're gonna have to have the icons be set in a way that I can tell it that it needs to flip around, right? To be a different one. Because obviously these icons don't. This icon should flip around if it's on the other side. Otherwise it's not gonna look right. And this one probably should too, but again, if you get like well, the H, I guess, is symmetrical, right? If you get this one, how about this one? It's got the written gas on it. If you flip that around, then it looks dumb. You can't read that. I mean, you could if you tried, but it's kind of weird. So you would have to say certain icons can turn around. Certain icons can mirror. And then certain icons can't mirror. No, there's no way. Look, I know I made this game, but there's no way that I could beat Daigo at my own game. It's just not possible. He might need one adjustment round. And then he'll, without any experience, he'd just come and body me. Are you playing Darksiders? I like the first Darksiders. I don't think I actually finished it though. I got maybe 3/4 of the way, half the way. It's pretty good. Yeah, it's a pretty good Zelda clone. I think it's got a lot of neat ideas. Just IP ban them and call it a day. Well, why would I ever ban Daigo? Look, if Daigo actually ever gave my game the time of day, I would be so happy. You have no idea. Are you crazy? And do these icons come with achievement milestones, or are they given to you as customization choice off the bat? I don't know yet. I think that there is definitely a merit in having some kind of an unlockable way to get the icons instead of just giving you 100 icons all at the beginning of the game, or 200, or whatever, however many they're gonna be. You know what I mean? Like, just because I copied these ones out doesn't mean I'm gonna have like every enemy from Mega Man X in there. I just did a whole bunch of them to see what they would look like, and then I'll pick ones that might be popular. Like the bat's kind of cool. Everybody knows the Mega Man X bat. That's kind of cool. People might actually like that one. Or the Met. Everybody likes the Met. You know, have a Dr. Light, hologram Dr. Light, and a normal Dr. Light, and a Mega Man and a brush. Like, people like that stuff. And then like Metal Slug, you got the Prisoner, you got the Enemy Soldier, that kind of stuff. Or all the wacky items. They have like pig, cake. You know, those are kind of cool little things that people would actually like that stuff. But that doesn't mean everything you see here is going to make it. And of course you have to have the Capcom and the SNK logos. Like, come on, you got to have those. But I think I'm a little stuck. You still need some cheese? Yeah, believe it or not, there was no cheese in the Metal Slug game that I could see. I could easily make it though. Just scribble it in. Yeah, I think the cheese is necessary. Hey, you could change this into cheese maybe. How about that? Here. quick little cheese edit. How about that? Oh look, cheese. How about that? Yummy cheese. And you got little cheese dots here. How about that? Something like this. There you go, cheese. It's really bad cheese, but it's cheese nonetheless. Fill in the new color here. We'll make a better one than that, but you get the idea. There, cheese. There's your cheese. Okay. Not just saying you have to, but the titles in Street Fighter V are nearly worthless because 99% of them don't come from actually doing anything except playing with fight money. Almost no one uses custom title backgrounds, titles, or icons in the game because they have no meaning. I've only seen people use the ones that come from beating the super bosses. It ain't easy being cheesy, right? Yeah. Yeah, there's two sides to that. One, if you would tie icons to achievements, you'll pretty much guarantee that people out there will see an icon that they want that they'll never be able to use, or they won't put the time into doing it. So that I find is kind of a problem. And it makes me think that maybe there's some kind of no, not like real money, but not if I say in-game currency, it has a different connotation today than it used to back in my day. But say you have like a point, so you can like fight points or something, whatever. And you can use those fight points, you spend like 100 fight points to unlock an icon. You can see all the icons, but you get to choose which one you unlock, right? And then you can start unlocking more and more. You know, you could do something like that. And then the player can choose what to unlock at what time. But I don't know. Because if you give them all at once, it can be kind of overwhelming, I think. Too, where it's like, you go and you're like, select an icon, and there's like 3 pages of like 100 icons, and you're like, yeah, whatever, and you just leave it blank, or you just use the default, you know what I mean? Because, there's like choice paralysis is the concept of if you have too many choices, you feel overwhelmed and you don't want to choose anything. So you do have that. But if you have a shop, and maybe like categorize them, and be like Mega Man and Metal Slug and King of Fighters and Street Fighter, and it's like, oh, I want a Street Fighter one, you click on that, and then you get all the Street Fighter characters that are available, and you're like, oh, I want, I don't know, I want a Necro icon, whatever, for whatever reason. I'm a big Necro fan. I see the Necro one, and I got some points from playing arcade mode. I'm going to unlock that and go. And the other side to that is once you get, like, the handful of icons that you want, those points become meaningless because then you're not really unlocking anything. So you'd have to have more than just that to unlock, but I don't know. I also find the act of grinding for points to unlock things really tedious too, so I don't know. It's hard to say. But if you say hide the frog icon behind beating arcade mode on the hardest setting, you'll guarantee that most people never have the frog icon. Even if they love frogs. They could be the biggest frog fanatic in the world. They want that frog icon. They'll never be able to do it. And then you just kind of make them mad because then they can't have the icon they want. So there's a couple different ways to look at it that way. So sure, they become meaningless in some way, but also you're just essentially going to lock a large portion of the player base out who are not going to bother going through these challenges. But they would really appreciate if they could have that frog icon. So I don't know. It's a tough thing to suss out. And I'm not sure how I want to approach it yet. I want everybody to pick an icon that they like without much hassle. And does that devalue them a little? Yeah, sort of. Let's see. Chat says I was thinking of more like stuff that represents progression with a character, like doing 10, 100, or 1,000 special moves that anyone could do over time. I play a lot of grindy ass games, sadly. I know, right? I try to avoid them, but I do like the Dynasty Warriors games, like the Zelda ones and the Gundam ones. I really like those ones. And they're pretty grindy, but they're kind of like fun grindy. I don't know. Yeah, well, it's not too hard to track those kinds of stats, right? For like how many special moves you do, or how many matches that you play, or something like that. But then you're also doing a thing where, like, you know, what if you don't have a lot of time to play and you just want to play it with your friends every now and then? You have to wait 3 months to unlock the toilet paper icon? I mean, you know what I mean? Or do you have to play a character that you don't like and do 1,000 Hadokens? So you don't like Ken and you have to do 1,000 Hadokens with Ken in order to unlock the chocolate bar. But you hate Ken and you don't like playing Ken and you just want the chocolate bar. So that's in my head, that's kind of the problem, right? How do you rectify that without just dumping all of them out in the start? That's kind of like where the shop icon really helps even out that progression. Because you could say you could grind your 100 points no matter what character you're using, and then you can go and buy that chocolate bar icon. It would force progression with a character you don't use. Yeah, and on paper, like, that's a good thing. You're like, oh yeah, you want people to explore different characters, but some people just don't care about that. They won't do it, and they'll just not get the icon, and then they'll just be kind of mad that they can't have the cheese icon, or the teddy bear, or whatever it is. So, I don't know. There's no perfect answer, I think, in this regard. Because people, especially in a fighting game, people are going to engage with it on different levels. There's absolutely some characters that I have zero interest in playing in fighting games. I want nothing to do with them. Like Geef. I don't play Geef. I don't care about Geef. Geef's cool. He's a fun, cool character, but I personally don't play Geef. And I don't want to have to sit through like Geef trials to do that. And to like get, I don't know, the pig icon. I'm not going to sit there and do it. I'm just not going to do it. And I'm just going to be mad that I don't have the pig icon. Just allow multiple ways of gaining the icons. You could do that too, yeah. Where say you grind a certain amount of points and you get them, or you do the character specific thing. You could do that. I think Smash Ultimate does something like that, right? Where now this is a little different, but for character unlocking, I think if you just play a set amount of battles or time within battle mode, like versus mode, then a new character comes to challenge you. But you can specify if you play classic mode with Falco and get through classic mode with Falco, it'll cause a specific character to challenge you to get unlocked. You could do things like that, yeah. So, I mean, it's not 100% analogous here, but you get the idea that there's multiple routes to, you can target that one, or you can do a generic kind of thing. So say you could go to the shop and you can unlock the thing with, I don't know, 1,000 fight points, whatever. Or you could go and do Zangief's Trial number 5 and then you get your pig icon either way. Yeah. But I wouldn't want to lock them specifically behind trials. Because there's some people that just can't do them. And I'm kind of one of them. Like, there's a certain point where it's just like, I don't care anymore. Like, I might do like half of them or something for a character, but at some point it's just like, wow, this one's really hard. I just don't care. So I'm just going to go to another mode and have fun, do something else. And that's fine. You'll get a lot of players are like that. A lot of casual players don't even step 1 foot inside Trials mode because they're intimidated by it. Or it's like, oh, move forward or press punch button or whatever, and then they feel pandered to. And then the moment that like a combo shows up, they can't do it, and then they just feel bad and they leave the mode. That's me. I'm describing me. I feel real mad when it's like, press heavy kick. Oh boy, hooray, I pressed heavy kick. And then it's like, okay, now do just like 13 hit combo, and I'm just like, I can't do this. Get the cheese by spamming an attack and winning a match, or by being cheesed. Most players will unlock it eventually. Yeah, you could do that. You could do that. Yeah, for icons that are like requirements that are really easy like that, I wouldn't mind having those, you know, being the unlock conditions. Like, maybe just trying a character. You just play Ryu once, and you get, like, the Dr. Light icon. Okay. Play Ryu 10 times and get a Dr. Light icon. Eventually, at some point, you know, you'll play it in arcade mode or something. If you try the arcade mode and you play 5 matches, then you get the icon. Like, that's not too bad, because it's not like you have to beat arcade mode or you have to necessarily like complete a trial. It's just use Ryu. And I think, you know, Street Fighter 4 did this, right? Where if you use a character, the first time you use a character, you unlock a color. And then as you continue to play that character, you continue unlocking colors for that character by just choosing them. Not having to actually win, but by just choosing them, I think you get to unlock colors. So like that kind of low level progression would be fine. Like, anybody can do that, right? And you're not really like locking people out by saying, oh, you gotta beat Zangief's Trial 13 in order to do that. There's a lot to consider. Routes, maybe? Or Street Fighter V's fighting chance? What do you mean by that? Routes? Or Street Fighter V's fighting chance? Is that thing where you gotta do the online event to unlock the costume? God, I hate that shit. I didn't bother doing any of them. I don't care how cool the costume is. I'm not gonna sit there and grind out fight points for the chance to like fight a boss and potentially lose all the fight points, and it's way too convoluted. I know why they do it, because they want you to play more of the game, but I'm not doing that. They're not going to get me with that bait. Don't forget the EXP system we talked about last week. At the end, you can just use it to pick them up. Oh, yeah, so wait, was that or was that for this? For player points. I don't know. I forget what that was about. I'd have to review that. I think that was for the player points, because we talked about we didn't want to call it PP for player points, but EXP for your rank points. But that, of course, that's per mode though too. Oh man, this is difficult because you've got different types of like rank points and stuff. This is getting complicated quick. Street Fighter V made you have to grind through several, or survival initially to unlock colors. Yeah, no, that was awful. That was terrible. I'm never doing something like that. I literally just paid for the colors I wanted because I didn't give a shit about playing and input reading AI hundreds of times. Yeah, and you had to like get through like 50 levels of it or something, and if you die once, you're all the way back to stay. Yeah, that was terrible. That was terrible. I do like, I will say though, I do kind of like the initial concept of being able to pick power-ups as you go through like a survival mode. I would like to see something like that, where if you could increase your health or increase your... Because they did it where it only affected the next match, right? I think you selected a buff for the next match. And you could, like, say, have higher meter gain or whatever. It would be cool if those stacked, if those actually stayed, so you could keep increasing your health, or keep increasing your meter gain. Every time you win a match in survival mode, you get points, temporary points to cash in, and keep the buffs. Keep them, like, you know, you health up, boom, you got it for the rest of that run in survival mode. And then you can keep stacking up buffs and attack ups and stuff. That would be kind of cool. Facebook kind of has a mode like that where you get different buffs. Yeah, what was that called now? Was that the MOM mode or something? Wait, no, that's Guilty Gear. But there is a, yeah, I remember playing a little bit of that and it was pretty fun. Yeah. You need the points to continue where you left off? You talking about Street Fighter V or a hypothetical new mode? I would treat it like a roguelike kind of mode. You start off with nothing every time, and then so they changed how the survival mode works. Okay, I haven't played it in a while. Street Fighter V, so that's funny. You can continue where you left off. My initial idea would be kind of like a roguelike mode, where you start off, you have nothing, right? And then you can keep adding, buffs. You can save up points and add up buffs throughout the mode until you're done with it. Or maybe it just goes on infinitely? I don't know. Are the EXP points like an ELO system? What's ELO? What's an ELO system? ELO? I think I've heard the term before, but I can't remember what it means. If we were like that from the start, or if it were like that from the start, it would have been fun, but by the time it launched, I was burnt on it. Yeah, same here. A ranking system. Yeah, that's the idea, that the EXP points would be the ranking system. I don't know the specifics of how the ELO system works. But yeah, I've heard that acronym thrown around. I'd have to look into it. But we'll have some sort of rank thing, right? That's what we were talking about earlier, like, would it be possible to rank people by teams? Like, it's easy to rank people by characters, or by their entire performance. But it would be cool if you could accurately rank people by the teams that they use. But that sounds really complicated, and I'm not sure how that would actually pan out. That was an open-ended question from earlier. If anybody has an idea, I'm more than ears open for it. Yeah, okay, yeah, so the ELO system is like if you lose a tier higher than you lose more points than usual. Well, you mean to a tier lower than you, right? So if a bronze comes up and defeats a silver, they're gonna get a boatload of points. But if a silver beats a bronze, they're not gonna get a lot of points, right? And that makes sense. Yeah, I think that makes sense to me. I think that would be a good way to look at it. I don't see any reason not to do it that way. I think that would make a lot of sense. And then, so say Justin Wong, hey, Justin Wong, if you ever play my game, I'd be eternally grateful. It'd be great. Actually, Justin's one of my favorite players out there, just FYI. So say Justin Wong gets into Pocket Fighter EX and he starts destroying people at like gold rank right away, then he's going to raise up the ranks faster. And that makes sense because you want the good skilled character, or the good skilled players, to be able to jump up the ranks really fast and get to where they need to be. And then, you know, it'll all sort of even out like that, right? Yeah, see, that's the thing we were talking about before. Street Fighter 4 ranked the character and your overall performance, and that was cool. But how would you do that in a team game? How would you calculate a team performance rating? It's really tough. I guess for team you could add the points of the individual members together and divide by how many members there are. Yeah, but your third character is always going to get used less than the other ones. So that the third character is always going to have a lower rank than the first two characters. And the first character is always going to have the highest rank because they have the most likely chance to get into a match and win. So how do you suss that out? Now depending on what character is in what part of your team, they're going to have different ranks just from being used more or less. And is that really a fair way to do it? Whatever the answer is, I don't think it'll be an easy calculation. So what if you got your team here, you got your Ryu, Ken, and Terry, but say you're so good that half the time you don't even get to use Terry. Time for an Overwatch play of the game system? Oh yeah, let's add all the frills right now. But really though, it when you think about it, it's not as cut and dry as it sounds. Then that character gets the points and not the others. What character gets what points? What? Can you clarify that one? Yeah, that's true. You could pick a third character that you're really bad with and you would tank your overall average. And you could smurf them that way. Yeah, see, so it's really hard to tell. But at the same time, if you start a new team, you want that team rank to be low, right? Because you've never used that combination before. So of course you would want to get ranked with lower players? I don't know. What I would like to know, here's an open question. If anybody actually knows, I'd be grateful. When Street Fighter 4 does its matchmaking, does it only consider the player points when it does the rank matchmaking? Or does it also consider your rank in the character? Or is the rank in the character merely just for show, just information for curiosity's sake? I'd like to know. Because I can absolutely see them just using player points to do the matchmaking, but the character points are just for show. Just so you know who's the best Ryu of all, right? It considers it all? Not sure because I'd get a high-ranking player in a match once in a while. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, wait, so did Street Fighter Cross Tekken, did it have character ranks as well? I haven't played that game online in like a billion years, so I don't know. Let's do a little Google search. Street Fighter Cross Tekken ranks. Titles, how do you raise your rank online? Mapping, searching. Let's see if we can get a picture of a lobby here. Online lobby. Sort of? Alright, let's see. Okay, it does not show the rank here. Was this a PSP version? This looks like the PSP version. Yeah, they don't show ranks here. I don't know. And of course all the servers are down now, so who knows? Like you can't just jump on and check. Man, I don't know. I don't see any I don't see any screenshots that like show it. I don't know. Online works with, wait, online in Street Fighter Cross Tekken works? How does that work? They shut the servers down. Did somebody like reverse engineer the servers or something? There's a community patch? Really? That's interesting. Okay, somebody send me some information on Discord about that. I wanna look into that. That sounds fun. Somebody's using their own servers. That's funny. Yeah, because it was the games for Windows Live was discontinued. Yeah. So you need to patch that. Okay. All right, somebody send me that info in Discord. I want to check into that. That game was actually kind of fun. I wouldn't mind. Well, man, it's still delay based though, right? Wait, no. Hold on. Wait. Wasn't Street Fighter Cross Tekken the first time that they attempted to do some sort of rollback? In their like it was the first generation Kagemusha engine, wasn't it? Or am I thinking of something else? Because that's the name that they give their proprietary. Okay, cool. Thank you. I'll check that out after stream. That sounds fun. I would like to play some people in that. It was rollback, bad rollback. Yeah, but it was still rollback. It was still better than delay based though. Yeah. That's cool. That's cool. How about that? Everybody's adding rollback to everything. Well, I mean, not in this specific case. I already had it, but yeah. But it was I think they call it Kagemusha. That's their rollback engine, Capcom's in-house one. Yeah, I would only play like I wouldn't play like ranked maybe, but I would just play like specific people. Just for the fun of it, just on a whim, you know what I mean? Took them till Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite to nail it. Yeah, and they could fix 5s too. They just don't for some reason. I don't know. That's a whole other can of worms. But yeah, the online in MVCI is great. I played Tim, and Tim's in Europe, and I'm in the United States, and we play back and forth. Did for a while in MVCI. Because it's got all the Mega Man characters. We're big Mega Man fans, so. But it always played good. It never really had any problem with it. Most of the time we just play Melty. I don't know. I'll have to check that out. So if I can get that patch working, then I'll check out what their rank style is like and take some notes on it. Rematch speed in Marvel Infinite is super fast too. Yeah, that's true. And that's a big thing. The time to get to another match is a huge part of like the quality of the online. Like, and people praise Pokken, the Pokken tournament game. I don't know if it's the second edition, maybe the Switch one. But the online matchmaking was super fast. As soon as you get out of a match, boom, It's ready with another one. You just press it and it goes. Well, they said that they're working on King of Fighters 15 rollback. SNK did confirm that they're working on it. So, if it comes out with rollback, we're all good. That'll be great. Waiting on the native next-gen fighters, so please take advantage of the SSDs. Yes, absolutely. With the load times that like Street Fighter V has, holy crap. I would absolutely endorse that. Absolutely. It kind of makes me wonder if you play Street Fighter V in PS4 mode on the PS5, does it load faster? I don't have one, so I don't know. And I play on PC anyway. Of course, it's hard to tell sometimes too if a loading screen is actually loading something, or if it's waiting for a connection to be established. I'll tell you when I get a PS5 one day, 20 years from now. Dude, I'm feeling that. I'm feeling that. I'm in no rush. That's fine. Look, I have PC. I'm good. I'm in no rush to run out there and fight the Terminator bots to try to get a pre-order or whatever. But yeah, it's hard to tell what these points are going to be like, because these points could get exponentially big. So it's like, how many would you get from a player? You'd have to really... Well, this is a spreadsheet moment is what this is. To try to figure out, you know, what the ranks are going to be, and how many points you need for a rank, and how much to get to the next level, and all that stuff. Because Street Fighter V points can get really big, but I mean, it's all a math thing. So you could say that your minimum point get is like say normally you only get like 5 points out of a match or something, and then your point progression is going to be really small, and you'll eventually get up there. But let's see, Street Fighter V rank points. Street Fighter V ranking list. There we go. Oh my god, so many ads. Yeah, look at they don't even get up to 9,999. So whatever Street Fighter V is doing, we might be able to do something close to that. Yeah, so rookie is 0 to 500. Bronze is 500 to 1,000, etc., etc. Supposedly you get points faster now if you're on a streak as an anti-smurfing tactic. Really? So you would have to say how many standard matches would it take to get from rookie to bronze? Like say 10, right? If it was 10, would you get 50 points a match? I think that's actually what it comes out to, right? You get about 50, 55, 56 points a match on average when you beat someone. So to go from rookie to bronze is 10 matches. And then to go from bronze to super bronze is another 10 wins for 50 points each. Yeah. Then it starts getting exponential. I think. Let's see. Yeah, then here you have to go to get from silver to super silver. You have to go an entire 1,000. So that's 20 wins, straight wins, to get from silver to super silver. I mean, like under normal conditions, if they give you only 50 for winning an evenly matched opponent. Right? Yeah. Yeah, because that's 2,000 to 3,000, and 3,000 Wait, so Super Silver is 3,000 to 3,500. Why is this one less? Is the base always more? Let's see. No, that's only 500 to get the Super Bronze. Another 500 to get the Ultra Bronze. Another 500 to get the Silver. But Silver's base is 2,000 to 3,000. That's 1,000. But Super Silver to Ultra Silver is only 500 again? And Ultra Silver is only 500 to get the Gold. And Base Gold is 1,500 points. Then Super Gold, from Super Gold to Ultra Gold, you've got 1,000. That's interesting. So getting out of Base Gold takes way more effort to get the Super Gold. And about Super Gold to Ultra Gold is actually less effort than the one before it. That's interesting. That's not what I would have expected to see, but that's what it shows here. I mean, assuming these are correct. I don't know when this was sampled here. That's interesting, though. What's Daigo's current player points? Can we check? CFN Daigo. Can we look it up? Is it possible to look at CFNs if you're not in-game? Silver, Super Silver is probably the wall 99% of people never get over. Yeah, that's where I'm stuck. I've never gotten past Silver. I think Daigo goes by Beast TV. But can we look it up, like, online? Like, in a browser without actually, like, booting the game? Capcom Fight Network. Fight Network? Fighting Network? Character data. Capcom Fighters Network. Well, pretty sure there's not gonna be anything saucy on Capcom's site. So let's take a look. Character stats, combat stats, character usage, ranking. Log into your account. Must log in. Well, how do I log in? PS4, Steam. Okay, hold on. I'll log in, that's fine. I'm gonna do it off screen. Specific consent. Oh my god, they're making me do a EULA. Agree. Sign my damn soul away. Oh, okay. And then I just log into Steam. I think that's right. No. Is that it? Okay, hold on. I need my authenticator here. And you can't look at that. I'm not giving you my authenticator. Where the hell's my Steam? Here it is. Steam Guard. Alright. It's M. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna say it out loud. You think I'm dumb? Yeah, sure. Say my credentials. I don't care. Hello? Are you good? It's just sitting and spinning. Can you authenticate me, please? Steam would be really nice. Hey, there we go. Okay. News, Shadow Fruits, congratulations. Okay, I think I'm all signed in now. No, go away. Go away? Go away? Thank you? Yes? Okay. Hey, here's me. Stuck in Super Bronze currently. It's wonderful. Okay. God damn, look at the points these people have. Yeah, there's a lot of warlords, huh? Yeah, that's pretty much it. And they just grind out at the top. Look at that. Okay, so some people have actually broken 1 million though, right? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so some people have actually broken 1 million. This Ed player has broken 1 million. Vega. Bison. I'm not shocked to see Bison at the top. Dalsim, really? Cammy, not shocked by that. Yahonda, not shocked by that. Poison, Akuma, Chun, Colleen, Waka, Vega. Wait, so where's Daigo? Oh, Snake Eyes. Look at that. Snake Eyes is number 6. Go get him. Damn. Go get him. I recognize any of these people? Other than Snake Eyes, no name. I know some of these guys are just online monsters. They don't necessarily go to locals. Idom, there's Idom, it's 14. I don't follow it close enough to know. Oh, I know Sarah Blast. Problem X. Hey, isn't he a Twitch streamer? I watched a couple of his streams. He was playing Colleen, I think. Man, he's high rank too. I think that's him. Anyway, I could get lost in this, but yeah, okay, so we're trying to like looking to see how many points these people eventually accumulate. Some people get up to 1 million. So yeah, people have definitely gotten up to 9,999. Only 3 people, but still, it eventually gets there. I mean, at that point, you could start to truncate it, right? You could just truncate the thing. So if it gets over 9,999, then you just do. Yeah, I mean, at that point, you just have to do fractions of it. So it would still work. I would say, I don't have it open. How would we do versus? Yeah, I was generous thinking that we could get an extra digit in here, but that is not the case. Let's actually take a sample here of what we got going. Oh, I'm lost in my tabs. There's Unity. Unity changed their icon from white to black, and I can never find it since they did that. Let's see. Fighting a good Dalsim is like getting stuck in a blender while on fire. Yeah, that's pretty accurate, actually. That's pretty accurate. Yeah, so we could change this. We can change it in real time too. So if we go here, player points. So say you've got 999,999 EXP, and it gets cut off though. I could modify this little part here too to just give a little more space. I think that would be fine. Let's just say EX. Even EX would fit. I'll have to draw an icon in there or something. One question I've been meaning to ask. Did you create the AI? I don't have any AI yet. Or are you asking if I will create AI? Eventually. So then we can say once you breach 999, you could do this. You could do this. So we just put K at the end of it. And then you can go up to 999 more, I guess. SMK level boss AI, yeah. I don't know. Hey, AI is a whole topic unto itself. There's a lot of things to consider, and I haven't fully thought about it yet. But there is an interesting idea in where you program characters with certain personalities. and kind of make them more like a traditional video game boss, right? Where you could say, and I've heard, and I don't know this for sure, I don't really play the old Street Fighter 2, but I heard like hyper fighting has things where like Ryu will do 2 fireballs and then like a jump in. I don't know if that's specifically the example, but that's like the idea. Well, they'll do 2 fireballs and they'll wait to see if you jump in and do a Shoryuken. And they have like a specific set of certain patterns that they do. And so you know when he shoots 2 fireballs, you know what he's going to do next. And then you can, if you remember that pattern, like a normal video game boss, like a normal video game enemy, you just see the patterns that they do and then you punish it with something. That sounds enticing for a few reasons. Well, Ken in every game only does 3 Shoryukens. Yeah. Well, yeah, there's things like that, right? If you program them with that kind of thing where they'll do different patterns depending on where you are on the screen and things like that. And sure, you could bait the AI. Probably easier in that kind of situation. But for a casual single player content thing, maybe that's what people want. Maybe people would be happier with that kind of thing instead of making it super smart and being crazy button ready and stuff. And then you've got to learn the pattern to get through the thing. Kind of like a normal video game. And if you do that, I wonder if people wouldn't even notice it necessarily as much as they'd enjoy it. They'd enjoy it, but then maybe they don't understand why they enjoy it. They'd be like, wow, I like the way that the AI works in this game, but I don't know why, I like it. You know, you can get that kind of effect. Like Dan taunting you instead of actually hitting the good button to anti-air you or to counter-poke you. Yeah, essentially. They kind of like and they do that, you know, in the games to a certain degree. But I've heard that like the old Street Fighter 2 were very pattern-based AI. And I kind of wonder if that might be the way to go, right? Until Ryu just starts spamming fireballs and he can't get out of it. I guess you gotta learn today. Get out of the fireball spam, scrub. He'll just keep doing it. I mean, he don't care. He's got all day. So maybe something like that might be interesting, but since I haven't thought about it too much yet, it's just kind of fleeting ideas on that. But I don't think that I think making the AI specifically button ready and like ultra hard and psychic, I don't think people enjoy that. So it's going to take a bit of thinking about that. Yeah, actually, and I haven't played Street Fighter 4's single player in a long time. But I did get eventually, as I played it over and over and over, I did kind of like just know sometimes when some of the AI was going to do something. And they all had sort of a specific personality to them and specific patterns that I watched out for. Like some were more defensive, some were more risky and things like that. And I felt that it was all right. I actually enjoyed going through that, and I could play that game on hardest and just kind of go through it eventually. Yeah, it didn't change the recovery times or anything, right? Yeah, and you could get them. Here's the thing, like 99% of the time, when you're at the range of where the match starts, Seth will just throw out his Dulcing Punch, and you can just jump in the beginning of the match. Every time I fight Seth, the first thing I do is jump forward, and 99% of the time he throws out that Dulcing Punch, and then you can totally just destroy him. Oh, and the other thing, whenever he does his focus attack, Seth will never backdash cancel it. He'll always go for it, just hold back, and then when he releases it, just grab, and you can grab him right out of it. It's hilarious. If you try to fight like footsies with Seth, you'll get destroyed. But if you know what, like, certain ranges he's gonna do stuff in, or if you see him try to do something stupid, like pull off a focus attack on you, then you can get him. Yeah, the bosses usually do have different frame data in most fighting games, especially in the SNK games, where they've got super crazy priority and stuff. To a degree, that makes sense because he's the end boss, so he might not fight like the rest of the characters. He might have certain advantages because he's the end boss. Like in any video game, the end boss just has certain advantages. But I can see if you abuse that, use that in the wrong way, it can make people kind of mad about it. So it's hard to say. Yeah, so I'm not really sure what to do with this rank system at this point. I think I'm gonna have to change this here, this tile here, to be like, let's see, we put tiles on. I think I'll have to change this tile here to be like the icon for the stuff. So what? We said EXP? Man, I don't know if I can get that all in here. Yeah, that's not gonna fit. What would you just have to pee down here? You can't even do that, it won't even fit. Man, I don't know. Yeah, and the SNK boss will take 40% of your health, and it was chip damage. Yeah, isn't that the truth? Isn't that the truth? Let's see. We could move this up a little. I don't know. You could just call it EX, maybe. I don't know. It's not a lot of room here to mess with it. The other thing I thought of is perhaps if you had something like this instead, assuming that the text is all upright or whatever, you could maybe do something like this. Or the HUD, like you could move the HUDs out a little farther if it's something like this. I've considered that. Oh, that's not quite on the grid here. Then you've got more room to do stuff. I don't know. I don't think it looks as good, at the very least. Certainly gives you more room, though. Yeah, they are aligned. How much info do you need? Now, I can make a specific font for this if I wanted to make the numbers a little more condensed. I think I could do that. Well, let's see. Let's see how that might look. Yeah, then we have this entire extra bit here. We can have up to 1,000,000 points. E X. we can't get the P in there. You gotta do a little baby P in the corner, right? EXP. There you go. 30-year point accumulation. Yeah, for real, right? I mean, to be honest, if you can get this many digits in, you're fine. Like, for real. You're good. It's alright. You as long as the game is alive, you'll be alright. Because no one's ever gonna get that high. There you go, EXP. I would make the EXP smaller. Either the digits have to be smaller or the EXP has to be smaller. Yeah, you could also remove this, like I said before, and that gives you a little more room. I think that would probably be the way to go here in the long run, and then you could do like a thick bind on it. Something like this. Yeah, that'll look alright. How about that? Wonder if do it the space for it, at least theoretically. There, you do like that. Well, that's kind of neat. I kind of hate that the rank part of the rank thing got messed up, but that'd be okay. I'd do what? Yeah, I was thinking that too. Like do a smaller case P, right? But I wasn't sure. Yeah, I was thinking about that because the EX is what's supposed to stand out. Would it be like that? Or would you do the little? Nah, it doesn't look right like that. The EX doesn't have to be bold. Well, the reason I bolded it is to kind of keep it out of the from blending in with the numbers here. I mean, I can take it away. Think it looks better unbolded? Probably have to space it out a little then. Maybe that's too far. Oh. Yeah, I guess it's alright. See, I did 4 here? No, I did only 3. So 3, 3. I was thinking maybe I could make this one a little... No, that's not gonna work. I don't think we can get 4 to work, right? Nah, you'd have to go to 5. But that's too big. Yeah, these letters kind of have to be odd pixeled. Anything I'm wondering about the offset of the P. That doesn't look right though, does it? Yeah, we'll leave it like that. Yeah, that works. EXP. Yeah, that'll work. Let's save that. Then I'll have to create a font that has the numbers, but then like the comma's got to be like really short on it, because I don't think that's how it works here. We use the Card Fighters font. And that uses 4 pixels wide, which kind of makes sense for most games. But if we want to maximize it, we've got to use 3, and I wouldn't want to. That don't look right. You'd have to use 4 pixels wide to make it rounded. Yeah, that'll work. The only other way to separate these numbers would be to change their size for each tier, if you didn't want to use commas, but I don't think that would work out too well. You could technically change color, but that also falls a little flat depending on whether or not you can see color. Right? Because you could technically say, oh, say those are gold or silver. These are gold. Like, you could do points like that, but it might not come out for people who have visual disabilities. That way then you wouldn't need the comments. Oh. Just trying to think of ways to save space here. You'd make the EXP different color from the numbers, if anything. Well, I didn't mean in relation to the EXP, but I'm just thinking to separate the tiers of numbers, make them easier to read. And like in Hamster Drop, we had the hundredths place. So if you had 999, the number would look like this. It would actually look like this, and so you would focus on the 900 instead of the 999. But it would actually just be like, it would be 900 like that. And then if you got 9,900, you'd have it like this. And then you would focus on the 99, but not the 00. But I don't think that would work so well here. The EXP being a different color, well, I don't know. Sure what color you would use. All the rest of the text is white though, right? That's why I tried to bold it instead, so that there was a visual difference without using a different color. I don't know what kind of color to use on it though. Blue from the title would be fine. Title? Like the title screen? Title. What's title? Like up here? Like the name? That's like really dark though. PFE. Okay, yeah, the logo itself. Geez, I haven't looked at the logo in like forever, so. Let's see. Title. But there's no files in here? EX transition. Oh, you know what? They might be in, they might be in Paint Shop Pro file. Paint Shop Pro format. File format. No, there's just nothing there. Oh, that's great. Menu. We have logo? That was for logo? No. Great. Okay, let me search for logo. Oh, we got a few things. Layer 1, layer 2, layer 1. Is that from here? Okay. Yeah, alright. Yeah, that's alright, I guess. That'd be okay. I see what you're trying to do, though. You want that it makes kind of a connection between the EX and the name and the EX and the actual little icon here. So that makes sense, yeah. Okay. I know you're not gonna like this, but I just wanted to see what it looked like with a little a little bit of backdrop on it. Oh, it actually looks kind of cool, though. I regret doing it because now I want to keep it. It looks pretty cool. And maybe it calls too much attention to itself. Well, it's a little drop shadow, but it kind of looks cool. What if EXP was transparent to where the back makes it change colors? Back makes it change colors? Oh, you mean like behind, like underneath here when it flickers? I think that'd be distracting, to be honest. It'll call too much attention to itself. Because, like, this is not so much actively changing information. It just kind of signifies what this number is. So it's kind of like a dollar sign. But you wouldn't want to focus on a dollar sign. You want to focus on the number next to the dollar sign. It's a contextual symbol in a way. So the more important information is actually the 999, the 9 million. Kind of makes me wonder what the... Oh wait, I can do this easier than that. What if I... I just want to see what this looks like for hoops and giggles. I want to see what this looks like. Give it the old drop shot. Wow, that really pops out too. That's actually not bad. Having a shadow on EXP works. That particular Karo combo makes it feel like it's glowing. Yeah. We could add a drop shadow on the text. Actually, it really helps it stand out. And then this doesn't have one because it's on black, but the EXP itself is glowing. Actually looks kind of cool. I do like it. And now for this part, I'm wondering what this would look like on black. I don't like it because it's touching the top. Yeah, on the results screen, if you gain EXP, it flashes, and if you lose EXP, it like it's dim or something. That'd be cool. So yeah, let's actually utilize this. I'm gonna move this over one. Let's actually put this in the practice. So we'll go to the versus frame. Let's see if we paste this here. Oh, we have to get rid of this. Oh, I guess I can't do half file. Let's go to grid settings. So 16 by 16, we'll do 8 by 8. Just grab this. EXP can be a pixel closer to numbers before it has distinction with the color. Yeah, I moved it because I'm not sure what it's gonna look like in the when we actually put it in game. I might have to make it a floating element that gets adjusted automatically. Yeah, I'm not sure how it's gonna work in the actual thing. I'll probably have to make this a separate graphic. And that's okay. Then we could perhaps manually adjust it if we need to. Yeah, I think it will have to be a separate graphic anyway, because it's gonna have to move to the other side of the bar. So let's save this as player rank points EXP icon. Are you going to do something for if the player or the opponent is on the win streak? Like what? What would you want to see in those situations? And then we want to bring over EX. Oh, I didn't save this as a ping, I saved it as an A sprite file. Now we go. There we go. We'll drop that in. Where? Where'd it go? P for player, right? Player icon. Oh, there it is. Took a second to show up there. Let's see. Oh, it's a 14 by 7, so that's not gonna be happy with that. I'll have to do. Well, let's see. It's 14x. I can do top center or bottom center. We'll do top center. No physics. Full rect. White. No compression. Okay. So here, player points. Do like that. Then let's add the EX. Gonna change it to sprite material. It's gonna be on the menu layer, but what's the settings here? Extra settings, menu 15, layer 15. No, really, that was an open question, by the way. When they are on a win streak, what would you want to see added to that? Oh, here. So something like that, and then it's not going to look the same on the other end yet. because then it'll be kind of like reversed and stuff. So we have to keep... How do I add this as a sub to the player points? What if I did that? Negative 0.1. Yeah. If I do that and then... Oh yeah, and then in the update code here, let's remove the P. Oh, and this will have to get shorter too. That's as small as it can get. And then we want it to be here, roughly. And then the EXP part move out here. 2.4. Yeah, how about that? And then the points. Okay, so it's saying that they're on the left side, but we want it to be on the right side, aligned to the right. Maybe after the player plate comes down, a separate little box comes down with the streak info, like win 11. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Oh no, that was time's up, but I don't care, we're still going. For now. Okay, so then if that... What does that look like now on the other end? Nah, that's still not what we want. But wait, hold on. Does it get reversed? Let's see. It does, but it's not in the right position. I think I see why. I think the EX is getting cut off. I think it's like behind here. Yeah. Okay, I know what's gotta happen, I think. So this has to actually be the full width here. Whatever that happens to be. Can we undo that? If I just do this. Yeah. Well, we'll do it one pixel in. 4.6? 4.7. I guess 4.6 because you want it to be even. Oh, this now this gets a little complicated. Yeah, this actually gets a little complicated now. Alright, what I'm gonna have to do... I'm gonna have to open this up in the prefab editor. It's gonna get really mad at me. Yeah, open in prefab editor, that's fine. I'm gonna have to do a player points frame. I think. And then player points is gonna have to be inside of that. In this configuration. And this will get flipped. I think. Okay, it's gonna be a little reworking here, but... Yeah, let's do it this way. Okay, so I'm gonna, what I said before, I'm gonna reshuffle a little bit of that code around. So if player profile, then player profile dot adjust for side. And now that doesn't exist right now, but it will in a second. I'm gonna say public void adjust for side. And then we can get rid of that. Oh, music stopped. Here. Back to start. Okay, now it's happy on that part. So we can get a little more specific now. So for the player name, we're going to say transform.parent gets flipped. Wait, no, sorry, not for the player name. Sorry, for the player points. Because we've put it inside of another object now. Yeah, this is actually going to have to change location too. To be like in the middle here. So that when it flips, it'll flip the whole thing along with it. So this will have to be 0, negative 0.5, or just, that's right, 0.5. Coordinates in Unity are reversed. Oh, that's not quite. Oh, because this is off. 3, 2, 1.2? Is that about right? Yeah, I guess. Then its position is like here. Yeah, negative 0.4. And then the EXP actually gets graduated above here now, so then when the whole thing flips here, oh, that's wrong. It's on the Y? Yeah. That doesn't look quite right. So that's off. That's not correct. Where is this gonna have to be? Oh, you know what? Here's an easy way to check. Perhaps. See the little... It might be a little hard to see on the stream, but there's a little dot here. So roughly when we're at the edge here, we're at about like 1.5. Yeah, 1.6. Yeah, we're at 1.6 on the left, and on the right we are about 6.4. Yeah. So 1.6 and 6.4. So if we do 1.6 plus 6.4 and divide by 2. That'll give you the average of 4 in the middle. Now let's set up our objects based on that orientation. Five? Oh, 7? Yeah, I guess it's better. There, 1.7. Okay, now if we do this 180, that's about what we expect. But what I'll do is, let's see, what's that look like again? It does look a little off, right? So what can we do to help that? Is this on a half pixel? Yeah, it is, isn't it? Oh, because this is not even. That's why. 3.4. Yeah. Okay, now that's even. Now let's see what happens when we flip. Hey, that looks a bit better. It's about right. Yeah. Okay, I think we're getting somewhere now. Yeah, we're getting somewhere now. So we need one more thing here. We need our EXP. EXP icon. And then if that exists, when we flip, EXP icon dot flip X equals true, and that will turn it right around. We have to actually set that like this. I think that'll do it. I think that'll be good. There, how about that? And that on the other side. Okay, and then it should flip around when we do it here. It did not. It's backwards. Let's see. Wait, maybe? I don't know, maybe we don't want... Whoa, 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 whoa! What did it do that for? Save. Maybe we don't want to swap it? I don't know. Let's see. Let's see what happens. Okay, yeah, it worked this time. Yeah, there you go. Alright. That works. If we change this one to Daigo, then yeah, and then see he's got his full thing here. So what I would like to do now, I want to see if we can get digits. Less digits than we did before. So, how do we do that? It's got to be some kind of text formatting to do here. Well, let's look it up. Never Google on stream. Okay. C# text format numbers. Standard numeric format strings. How about that? Format specifiers, blah, 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 blah. So this is like when you do toString? Where's the examples? Okay, right. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is a little different. Well, if I don't... Oh, here it is. Yep, 2-string, and then you add in the things. Okay, so let's see what formats we want here. Currency value. Okay, so this with C ends up like this. This is what they're telling you. These are the codes, and then it'll look like this when it formats. But we want just commas. I mean, we can get decimals too, but we're not going to use them, but I need commas. So let's see. Where can we get commas? Don't tell me there aren't any. It doesn't show whether or not the money gets commas either. Oh yeah, it does. Down here, they do commas here. Okay. Watch this. I'm gonna format it as currency, and then I'm just going to take off the dollar sign. It'll be a super cheat, but I want to see what it looks like though with just C. I want to see if it actually comes through the way I think it's going to. So should it show $20? Yeah, it shows $20. Oh no, but it uses the decimals too. Well, okay, we can cut that off. This is super bad programming, but we're gonna do it anyway. Currency value. And then string final number equals string.substring. Oh yeah, we'll just do it from currency value that substring. This is super jank. I'm literally just going to take the currency and then chop off the dollar sign in the decimal portion and take whatever's in the middle. Spelling C# with a capital Cheese. Yeah. This is really terrible programming. I'm sure there's a proper way to do this, but I just don't care enough to look it up right now. And hey, if it works, it works! Okay, so what a substring is, it just means it's going to take part of the string. So we want to tell it to start at 1. And that should chop off the dollar sign. And then we want to say that it's going to be a length of... So if it's 20, that turns the value 20 into $20.00. So we've got... The full length is going to be 3, 4, 5, 6. So we want to take the length of the string and then truncate it by 3. We want to chop off the last remaining bit. So we do currency value, the length minus 3. If this works, I'm gonna laugh really hard. This will be the jankest jankest formatting I've ever done. Oh, we got too many. We got too many. We need to chop off more. So minus 4. There. There we go. We went from $20 to 20. Okay. And the other player can be Daigo with the 9,999. And let's see what happens. Let's see if it comes out good. Hey, look at it! It worked! It's so bad, it's so jank. Alright, let me change this one. Don't do what I do, kids. Don't do this at home, kids. It's dangerous programming. This is so super jank, but whatever, I don't care. Oh yeah, okay, and this is exactly what I was hoping for. That you would have it right aligned. Yeah, you would have it right aligned, and it would match up like this. There, that's what I wanted. Look at that, perfect. It's got the commas and everything. Ship it. Whatever, I'll keep. Hey, it works, right? I'll keep it. It's fine. There. Quality coding. That's what you get here. I can't believe that. It worked. Hey, I've got ingenuity if nothing else. How about that? That's messed up. I'm just gonna leave myself a comment here to know why did I do this? There we go. Now I know why I did this. Effectively, this gets me a number with a comma in it. That's it. Now, so when I look at this 6 months later and be like, what the hell was I thinking? Well, now I know what I'm thinking. There. That piece of code is fine as long as you don't touch it. Yeah, pretty much. Scrub code. Yeah, I mean, as long as the formats never change, which they probably wouldn't, then this should work. Yeah, I'm satisfied with that. Jenga code. Yeah, this is, don't do this. You should figure out a way to do it normally. But you know what? Part of me doesn't care. Boom. Okay, actually, I'm going to refactor this, and what refactoring means is moving code around in a certain way. And so what I'm going to do is in player profile, I'm going to do public string rank formatted, and what that's going to do is it's going to execute this code. Oh, I need to do this with the full thing here. Get. Ah, crap. I screwed up. Paste. Turn final number. Okay. And basically this just makes it an easier way to get this. Here, and we can just cut that out. Yeah, and then I can just call ranked formatted here. So player profile dot ranked formatted. I don't have to worry about the rest. Makes it a little cleaner. And whenever I call this value, it actually executes these instructions and sends it back. And then I can reuse this anywhere that I want. Oh, you know what? I should call it ranked points formatted. Yeah. Then I can use this wherever. Yeah, screw it, right? Screw it. Just whatever, man. And then I can always refer back to this and see what this code was doing. Yeah, and that'll work. And if I did that refactoring correctly, then nothing should have changed. If something changes, then we have bad news. Give me good news. Give me the good news. Yeah, okay. Okay, and the other thing we can do that I'd like to try is the player name Shadow. And this will be black, and this will give a drop shadow to the player here, and it's going to be 5.8, I think. Look at it here, and he has to be one layer down under the other, so we'll give him a layer of 14, and then there, see, now it creates a drop shadow. And that's not the only thing we need to do, but at least that's part of it. So, okay, get rid of that. Apply. And what we need to do is to add it in, not here, add it in here. So player name and player name Shadow. Okay, set with the player name Shadow. Oh no. Okay, player name Shadow here. This one might actually be a little bit different. We'll see how this actually ends up. I think the shadow might actually be on the wrong side when we flip it, but we'll figure it out. It's fine. Player profile, yeah, okay. If player name Shadow, then we set text, and we just set it to the same thing that we set the other one to. Because it has to have the same text, it's just rendered below it. And I'm not sure, maybe you can make a shader to do this or something, but I'm not aware of any other way to get a drop shadow with Text Mesh Pro. So, fire it up. Oh, it's whack on the other side. Hey, it didn't update on the other side. How come it didn't update? What happened there? Yeah, it didn't update. Oh, you know why? I didn't set the shadow here. That's why. Duh. Okay. Now we're alright. Alright, let's take a look. Yeah, so the shadow is on the wrong side. You would want the shadow to be on the right side. Now there's a couple ways we could fix this, but I think the easiest way... what would be the better way to do it? Not the easiest, but the better. I'm thinking there's two ways that I can think of. One, in code, you just tell it to move over a little bit. You add 0.2 units, and it will appear on the other side. The other way I can think of is increasing the size of the shadow box. So, plus 0.3 width. Would it be 0.3? It'll be 0.2. Might just be 8. And then the position will have to be negative 0.1. then when it flips, I think it will flip in the proper order, but I'm not sure. Oh, did it? What did we get? Yeah, there you go. Now they're facing the same way. I think they're actually a little off, but yeah. So you have to either make it slightly smaller or slightly bigger. If you make it bigger, it'll show up on the outside. I kind of like it on the left side, to be honest. But the EXP is on the other side, so I guess we'll have to do it on the other side. Okay, so we want to take away 0.4? No, sorry. Width, we want to take negative 0.4. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's got to be the uniform direction. And then this will... No, that might be alright already. Let's see what this looks like. Okay, this gives us uneven. Let's see. Trying to be careful. Oh, you know what? I also didn't. I didn't apply all the changes. So now it might be correct. Oh, is that it? No, it's mirrored. Okay, let me see then. You know what? Hold on. Yeah, we can. Let's copy. Come on. I don't know why it does that. 5.7, 7.6. Okay, it's smaller now. It's gotta be 5.8. Bigger by 2, right? Bigger by 2 pixels. Or smaller by 2 pixels. Would that work? I don't know. Let's see. Where's that going to be broken? No, that's broken. It's got to go the other way. Oh man, how is this going to work? You should be able to reverse it. I'm probably just not thinking of the math in the right direction. .6, so smaller. Smaller at the same size. The same coordinate. Smaller at the same coordinate. We'll make it inward. Right, that makes sense. But we want it to be on the other side. Will we flip it? What if it's the same size? No, the same size that offset coordinate also doesn't work. But I had it bigger. So I did like, what, 7 point, or 8? I did 8. And then I said that it was minus 0.1. And that made it on the left, the same left and right thing. No, it's still mirrored. Yeah, I don't know. Did I do it the wrong direction? 5.6, 5.7. I did 5.8. Maybe I had it offset the other direction. Now I don't even know what I did. Nah, it's still busted. What did I do? What did I do last time that it actually worked? Or is it maybe because the right side didn't take the values yet? I screwed it up! Oh, now you don't see it at all. Oh. 5.8, 5.7. Okay, what if we do 5.6? Oh, that's the wrong direction though. 5.8. 5.9? I don't know, maybe this will work, maybe it won't. Apply. Let's see. Come on, Galaxy Brain. Fix here. No, they're still facing inward. That's not gonna work. Okay, you know what? I didn't want to have to do it this way, but apparently we're gonna have to do it this way. When we flip it, this is really ghetto code. Player name Shadow. If we have to flip it, we're gonna take the local position. And we're going to plus equals new vector 3 negative 0.2 f0 f 0 f 0 f. What are you doing, people? Come here. What are you doing? What? Chicken's pecking food behind me. Okay, here's the ghetto code, and this should just work. Actually, I might have messed up the direction, depending on the rotation. It might have to be the other direction, but that's fine. We'll figure it out. Oh no, there it goes. Yep, see, there it works. Alright, we'll just... Alright. We're just gonna do the ghetto solution for everything from now on. There, but there you go. So now you have the drop shadow on the same side on both sides. And that works, that's fine. I think that'll work okay. It looks kind of cool. So let me set it... Oh, I hit it again. Let me set it so this one has the opponent's stats. Then we can see it with different names and such. There we go. See? How about that? Looks pretty cool. That was a lot of work, and it didn't seem like we did too much, but I think we've figured out a bunch of cool stuff, though. We've got our numbering down. We've got our EXP. We've got our drop shadow. We've got two different things, and we can change this information on the fly, which makes it really appealing. Yeah, I think that's good. So we can end it there. Doesn't seem like much, but it's a pretty decent step forward, especially just for kind of winging it, right? Got a cheese icon done today. Good stream. Yeah, actually, you know what? Probably what I want to do next is... Well, there's two things I'd like to change about the HUD. Speaking of cheese. I would like to attempt to implement these victory icons. into the game. I want to see if those work out the way I think they do in game. I would like to see those icons. It might be it might take time in order to figure out how to collect the information of you beat somebody with a normal versus a super versus a perfect versus, you know, a throw, if you cheesed them out, etc., etc. It'll take some time to suss out how to collect that information and to display it, but at the very least, if we could just get the icons in there, that would be good. I think that would be very good. And I would enjoy seeing those in the game. And the other change I wanted to make, I was actually playing Match and Millennium today. So I had to leave the house for an extended period of time, and I had a little downtime, so I brought it with me. I would like to change the icons here so that when they're defeated, that they've got like a red X on them or something. Because in Match of the Millennium, what you end up seeing is like, in like tag mode or whatever, when your partner gets knocked out, it puts like a red X over them instead of their icon. So let's see, what would that look like? In fact, let me see if I can get... Let's see if I can get a screenshot of it. SNK versus Capcom, Match of the Millennium, tag mode. Images. Yeah, they're definitely not going to show me that. Do we dare go to YouTube? So like, here's the thing. One of these portraits gets changed to like a red X when they get knocked out. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Here. There's the red X. Let's copy this image. Take a look at what it looks like. Okay, it's just white, red, and black, right? Now we've got to make a small one. I don't know how this is going to look. Because you wouldn't do it over this. You have to do it over each of these ones. Which means basically you have to shrink it. Now just to see what it would look like. Is that about 8x8? Or 8x16? 9? That's 9? Hello, Pepper. What do you want? I'm busy. What do you want? Dog's sitting here. Can we see? Oh yeah, there it goes. It tells you 8 down here. The whole X would have to be shrunken down. Yeah, exactly. So it would look something like this, right? Here's the problem, though. You're not going to get an even thing here. Because this is 8x16, right? Yeah. Because what you're going to end up with is this. Bless you! She sneezed from the other room. Something like this. Alright, let's see what the structure of this really looks like. Do that. Alright, that gets us kind of even a little bit. So like the shadow's thicker on the other side, right? I'm not sure you'll be able to get the angled thing on it, but it doesn't read very well to me, though. It really doesn't. That makes me wonder if you could just... Let's see, is this the middle? Yeah. Makes me wonder if you just make a normal sized X. Here. Would that fit? Oh, it doesn't even fit, no. It doesn't even fit. I don't know. You'd have to make one like this. Oh, it doesn't look right. Hey, Ghost Blues. Tip of the shadows need to be white. Tip of the shadows. Tip of the shadows need to be white, right where the X crosses. Tip of the shadows. I don't know what you mean by tip of the shadows. Though I think that actually looks better like this. I don't think you're gonna get that specific shape. Like, this was a really nice shape because it was even, but... or odd, rather. Bring it closer, but then it doesn't look like an X anymore. Oh, this doesn't work at all, does it? Oh. Bring it back on. And I don't know. If you just do this, no, that doesn't work. Hold on. How about this? Let's start with this. Something simple. Let's see. And they outlined it kind of like this. Oh, hello, Peeper. That doesn't look too bad, actually. It really doesn't. And then it would look essentially like, oh, I guess they're on their own element here. Make a new layer. X'd out members. Hey Pete, what's up? Hello. What? What do you want? I don't know if you can hear her or not. Just making her little noises. Chickens are weird, man. Oh, what is this layer? Here we go. Okay, and then it would look like this. That's not bad. It really isn't. So let's see what we can do. Make this a little more dramatic. Like that. It looks maybe a little too deep now. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good as is. That's not bad. Team members. Yeah, gotta put the upright cross, right? They're, yeah, not that one. This one. R.I.P. Poor Terry, he's dead. They killed him. There you go. There, that's the one. I was gonna say you could put a maybe cross pattern here, but it wouldn't work because it would end up just becoming this. There you go. That's the one. He's done, he's dead. Yeah, so you would do it that way. and there's one reason in particular that I would want to do this. And to be honest, it really just comes down to player communication. Where you only get one pick per game install. Permadeath. Yeah. The reason I would want to do it this way is then you could tell how many characters were picked at that point. Now, I know CVS2 doesn't do that. They just eliminate the portrait from there. But there's two things. One, it keeps that space filled with something. And then two, it really comes down to player communication in the sense that you'll know how many characters were on that team by just glancing at it. And say, oh, I beat two of them. I can tell because there's two X's. You know, something like that. Yeah, I think having too much black on the side doesn't look right. It is a little uneven though, right? There's 3 and 2 here, so I mean you could theoretically you could do this. I don't know if this will look good or not. It's not terrible, but I think it looks better when it's thinner. Even if it's a little off. You could potentially cheat it by just doing this, but or if it's more on that side. Yeah, it's more noticeable now. But yeah, something like that I think would be fine. And that's really getting more into next week's assignment, so to speak, but let's go back down to here. And we'll bring this up to X'd out members layer. And then we can look at it that way. Yeah, I think it looks pretty cool. We'll go with that. Alright. I think we'll pack it up. It's 11:30 now. We're already into like overtime and a half, so that's what I think I want to work on next time. We'll be implementing these. I mean, we still got more work to do with the whole versus meter, but I think for now we're pretty much set on what we need to do. So let's save that. I'll have to clean up that mock-up later. But we got that. We don't need that anymore. And I'm going to work on a little bit of code behind the icon stuff too, and I can show what that looks like. Did I change anything? What did I change? I think I just... Yeah, I think I was just moving things around, so don't save that. And yeah, that's fine. But I like the icons, and I think it'd be really cool to have those up on top. I guess the question would be which style of icon, but we'll discuss that next time. So yeah, alright. So we are going to come back next Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Well, thank you, chat. Thank you. I appreciate it. And on Thursday we'll do Retro Mansion game stuff. That's like a NES platformer thing that I'm making. So that's another development stream. And then Sunday we'll play something. Hey, I got my stick all fixed and tuned up, so we'll probably be playing a fighting game. I want to maybe play them throughout the week too. So hit up Discord and maybe I'll stream something to the Discord midweek. Playing some game or something. And testing it out. That's pretty much it. So where is... Oh no, where's my sheet of paper? What happened to it? Did I drop it? I have a sheet with the patron names on it, and I lost it, of course. Where is it? Maybe it fell down and someone moved it. Alright, impromptu. Let me look up the patron names quick. We do have a Patreon, or well, I have a Patreon rather, where you can support my personal efforts in game design, and you can get preview builds of the games just like this on there. So if you want to check out the new versus screen in person, then you can check that out whenever I upload it. It's usually at least a few days after, because I like to, work on it throughout the week, and so you'll get a little bit of extra stuff, or fix something that maybe I found something that was broken on the stream, and then do that. Do I not have it? Oh my god, refresh the desktop. I really don't have it. Where is it? It's killing me. What happened to it? Alright, well, I have to go to the website. I'm not skipping it. The patrons are too important. I will go right to the damned site myself if I have to. Where are we? Sort. Alright. So we got Alex Smith, Mugen, Angel, Awakened Emperor, Bryce Noglingam, Cameron Weil, Mike Cruz, Rui Luis, Taryn Williams, Varian X, Alex D, Ben K, D-Money 107, Engraved Spirit, LD Walker, Miles Griffin, Omega Keo, and AJ. Thank you guys very, very super special much. I'm gonna have to print out another sheet with the names on it. So anyway, those are our, what is it? April? It's already April. Those are April patrons. So thank you guys very, very much. We'll see you next time. Have a good one, and scrub out.